Hi, here's Multi, and welcome to the 31st episode of the season series where we go through every NHL team in their alphabetical order. Today we've got the last team in the alphabet in Winnipeg Jets. If you haven't checked the previous episodes, be sure to check them from the same playlist as this will be on. So, if you aren't aware of the technique how we will take a closer look at the team, so I'll tell you now. So, starting with the team's Wikipedia page and their season-by-season record, then their roster, which includes their last season's team with some possibly free agent signings and trades, and at the end their prospects that may come to the team in the near future, maybe in couple seasons. And also then the conclusion, will they make the playoffs? So let's start with the team's Wikipedia page. So here we have it, guys. The team was founded in 1999 and they were known as Atlanta Thrashers till the year 2011 when they changed their name to Winnipeg Jets. They won 0 Stanley Cups and 0 conference champions. I'm sure from their previous history, how did they do? Because they were in the NHL before 99, but because of the change that they had and what happened then, they didn't anymore play in the NHL. I'm not sure was it because of their economy problems, but they have played in the NHL before, and some legendary players that they've had, definitely in the eyes of a Finnish fan. Timo Silani, his rookie season there was pretty amazing, 76 goals. No one ever will break that record, I think. And then I think Phil Housley also played there and was pretty solid in the defensive spot. But this is the team's season-by-season record. Normally it uses 5 past seasons, but this present Winnipeg Jets team has only been in the league for 4 years. So now it shows 4 years. Last season, the regular season, they had 43 wins, 26 losses and 13 OT losses. They were 5th in the Central Division, and that got them into the playoffs for the first time for the new organization. But they ended up losing to the Anaheim Ducks in the quarterfinals, which is the first round, 0-4. But it was great that they made it to the playoffs. Many of people didn't think that they would make. They were in a pretty hype moment there, and hopefully they will keep that right on track with the roster that I'm going to take a closer look now. As usual, I pick the players that pop into my eye, and I think there's no well, let's just get into it. Alexander Burmistraw, I think he came from KHL, but he was originally drafted by the Winnipeg Jets a couple of seasons ago. I think he went back to the KHL, I'm not sure why, but I'm glad that he's returned because I really like his game. And then Andrew Ladd, their captain, their left winger. I think he came to the team in a trade many seasons before from the Chicago Blackhawks. I think when Ladd won the Stanley Cup, then he went to the Winnipeg because of the salary cap problems that they had in Chicago, but has been very solid captain for the team. Then Mark Scheifele, a pretty young center for them, will be one of the main pieces of the team's future. Blake Wheeler came a couple of seasons ago from the Boston Bruins to the team. Very solid right winger. It seems like his assistant captain, he is like 29, it seems. United States player, I'm not sure, has he played, did he play in the Olympics team, but I think he should have played there because he's one of the better right wingers that are like power forward style. Then their defense, Justin Bufflin, they're in my eyes the best. He also came from the Chicago Blackhawks at the same time when Ladd came to the team. I think he played at Chicago right wing spot, but now he's been a defensive spot. He's been very solid for the team, very hitting guy, very defensive, but has got a great offensive play and likes to use his slap shot as well. Big guy, very big. Tobias Enström then. Seems like he's got a new nickname in Toby. I really like his game. Swedish, 30 years old. They've got a pretty experienced blue line there, which is pretty good for the team. I think it will be one of their advantages there. But Enström is pretty offensive. Has got great skating, great vision on the ice and decent shot. I think he should little bit add his defensive play. Then Tyler Myers, he was acquired in a trade that included Evander Kane and I think also Chuck Bogosian going to the Buffalo Sabres last season. He's a big guy, very hitting and has got great slap shot. I think they got great shot on blue line. And then Jacob Trouba, I think their youngest defensive player there, but has got a great potential, and I think in the future he will be in their first line. He might even be next season there. With Bufflin it would be a great right-handed first line defense. Then their goalies, I think Pavlich will start, but I think the goalie spot for the Winnipeg is their weakness. Hopefully Michael Hutchinson will be very good next season, because I think he might even steal Pavlich's spot on the starting goalie spot, because it was pretty solid last season. But now starting with the Bourbon with a closer look at these. 2010 entry draft and 8th overall by the Atlanta Thrashers. Has played 3 seasons in the NHL. Hasn't been that solid. He's a point scoring guy in my eyes. So hopefully he'll get it on. Now I think he will be their third liner, because Brian Little might be their first liner. Then Mark Scheifele their second line, so hopefully Bourbon will have his breakthrough season. I really like these Russians that have come to the league, and hopefully they will perform well. 30-40 point season, I'm looking for him. Andrew Ladd, 4th overall by the Carolina Hurricanes in the 04 entry draft. I didn't even know that. I thought that he had played his whole career for Chicago, but it seems like he had won Stanley Cup with the Carolina Hurricanes as well. But on his best season was his last season, 62 points, very solid for a player that he is. It seems like he's a point scoring guy, but I see him better as a power forward kind of type player. But hopefully he will keep it right on track, because Wheeler and Ladd, they're their best players in my eyes, and hopefully they will perform like them. And 60 points for Ladd would be a great season next season. Mark Scheifele, 7th overall, 2011 entry draft by the Winnipeg Jets. 49 points last season. Has got potential to be, in my eyes, 60-70 point scorer if the team makes it right. He's still young, so that's time to develop, and in the future I think he'll be their starting first liner player. Blake Wheeler, 5th overall by the Phoenix Coyotes in 04 entry draft. It seems like one draft position behind Ladd he was taken. And on this first season with the Winnipeg Jets has got 69 points. Last season got 61 points, and very good plus-minus stats in 26, and is a goal scorer guy in my opinion. Just like Lad, they've both got great shots and aren't afraid to use it. So that if you got these guys like to use their shot, it's great for the team. In my eyes, I'd rather shoot than pass from an open play, and I think this is the team's advantage. They've got pretty good goal scorers there. Also in the blue line, in Dustin Bufflin last season got 18 goals in the defensive spot. This best season has got 56 points for the Jets. Very solid defensive player. Great shot. Was taken by the Chicago Blackhawks in the 8th round in the 03 entry draft. It seems like Dustin was a steal for Chicago, and he played pretty well in there, but he didn't get the ice time because of the team in there, which was pretty insane at the time, and it still is because they won the Stanley Cup last season. But Bufflin definitely the team's top 3 players with Ladd and Wheeler. Then Enstrom 8th round pick, by the Atlanta Thrashers, another steal. On his best season has got 51 points. Definitely will not reach that anymore because he's got a bit older now, even though he's 30. I think he's in his best age, but he doesn't get that much anymore ice time. I think he'll maybe play in the second line with Myers, but Myers isn't that kind of a point scoring guy. I think even though he's got plenty points, I think, well, I don't see him anymore. On his best season 48 points, but that was 6 seasons ago. Last season got only 50 points plus that Sabres, so nearly 30 points. I think the second blue line is very solid, but the team in the offensive second line isn't that great anymore, even though they got pretty good some individuals there. But first, their defense isn't going to be their weakness. Jacob Trouba, 9th overall, 2012 draft by the Winnipeg Jets last season, 22 points, pretty solid. Hopefully he'll be a better point scoring guy, maybe 30, 40 in my eyes. In the first line he might get, but it depends from the ice time that he gets, and hopefully he'll be in their first line. Then their prospects, they have Joel Armia, Finnish player. I think he was also included in the same draft as Tyler Myers. Then Nicolas Ehlers, Danish, very promising right winger. I think he can play on either wing. I think he played for Halifax Mooseheads last season. Scott Kosmachuk, I'm not sure was he originally drafted by the team, but a very good right-handed goal scorer. Brendan Lemieux, I'm not sure is he some relation with Mario, but Brendan is a very promising power forward in my eyes. Nicolas Patan, hopefully I said it right, sorry guys for that, but Patan has been very solid for juniors. I think he last season played for the AHL side and will play in the NHL soon in my eyes. Then Brendan Kichton, really good left-handed shot. Josh Morrissey, another very moving offensive defenseman. I think they need in the future these left-handed defensemen. And then Gunnar Hellebuyck, very promising goalie that may even come to the NHL side in my eyes. He might be another surprising add-up for the team, but first is Joel Armia, 16th overall in the 2011 entry draft by the Buffalo Sabres. On his best season in the AHL has got 27 7 points for Rochester Americans, but here in Finland he was pretty solid. Hopefully he'll get his game on in the AHL side next season, so we will see him in the NHL couple seasons to come. He's still young, has got time to develop, so he's got time to go to the NHL later on, and I think the team really needs these wingers. Well, in the future in the first line when Vlad and Wheeler get older, but at the moment they need these wingers in the second and third line. Nicholas Ehlers, 19 years old, 2014 entered draft, and overall in the first round. Last season with Halifax Mooseheads, very good season, 101 points. I think he'll play in the AHL next season, hopefully he'll be great there. And I hope also that Petan would play also there, because I think he's the player that needs ice time in the second or third line, right on, not in the fourth line, even though of course NHL ice time is very good for a player, but I'd like to see Petan there. And same with Ehlers, not too early in the NHL, and get used to the professional ice hockey in the AHL first. Scott Kosmachuk last season played for St. John Ice Caps. Pretty good goal scorer last season, got 28 points for the Ice Caps. Third round pick for the team in 2012 entry draft. Very promising right winger. Goal scoring abilities for the team in depth would be a great add-up. Brendan Lemieux, Buffalo's 2014 entry draft, second round pick, 31st overall. Last season played for Barrie Colts, got 60 points, pretty solid. He's a pretty big guy, so I'm expecting him to be a power forward. Maybe his potential would be in the second or third line. Pretty similar to Andrew Ladd in my eyes. Nicholas Pedan, second round pick for Winnipeg in the 2013 entry draft. Last season played for VHL for Portland Winterhawks, and I thought that he played for St. John Sea Dogs, but hopefully next season he will. He also needs the professional, get used to the professional ice hockey first, then go to the NHL and make your name known to the fans. And he's a pretty good points scoring guy, definitely the passer guy, and great vision for his young age. Brendan Gicht, 23 years old, last season played 65 games for Ice Caps, and on his best season has got 48 points in the AHL. On his best season in the juniors for VHL in the Spokane Chiefs, 85 points. I think in the future he'll be playing for the team. I think he may get a couple games this season. Hopefully he'll play well, because I really like his game, and the team would need another offensive defenseman there, because Enström hasn't been that solid and he's getting old. So maybe Gichton would be it, or maybe this guy Joshua Mercer, 13 overall in the 2013 entry draft by the Winnipeg Jets. Last season played for Kelowna Rockets. I think he'll play in the juniors or maybe in the AHL next season. Also like his game, very offensive. On his best season has got over 70 points, but the points will drop when you get to the NHL level. But maybe AHL next season. Connor Hellebuck, 5th round pick for the Winnipeg Jets in the 2012 entry draft. Last season played in the AHL 58 games, 28 wins, 22 losses and 5 ties and 6 shootouts. 92.1, and I also think he played for the USA's World Championships. So I think I saw him there playing. He's a pretty big guy, pretty solid in net, and hopefully he'll play in the NHL next season, because I think there's a pretty good spot to take the starting goalie spot from the Pavlich, and I think he hasn't been that solid. But this has been the last episode on the teams, and now it's time for the final conclusion on the teams. Will the Winnipeg Jets make the playoffs? And I think they will not, based on the lack of depth in their team. First line is still great, maybe Brian Little, Blake Wheeler, Ladd, and then second line might be Shifley, Stafford, and maybe Lowry. Lowry, in my eyes, isn't good enough for the second line spot, and well, defense is still pretty good. I think that's their I'm looking for the right word. That's their strength in my eyes. And then goalies are a bit surprise. I don't have that much confidence in Pavlich. Sorry for you Pavlich fans, but I think Hutchinson and Hellebuck will be taking a really good challenge for Pavlich's first and starting goalie spot. So my conclusion is they will not make the playoffs, but I'm hoping that they would bring some younger guys there and get them used to the NHL hockey. But this has been the series. I'm also giving another episode, the last, on the playoffs, on the teams, and I need to speculate them as well, so be sure to check the last episode. This has been great speculating this every NHL team, and hopefully you enjoyed it as much as I've mating them. And till the next time, guys, remember, use nothing. Bye.